got ourselves here a coolant tester, kind of a, well, pressure tester to pressurize your system as if you're driving, or maybe a higher idle. I guess you could just hit the gas and do that, but this is a lot easier, and you can listen for leaks, smell for leaks, and a lot easier to manage and find the leak. This item, the link will be in the description below. We're actually going to pressurize the system I think I just fixed. I think. There's so many on the unit we just fixed. It was a GM 1.5 liter, a newer GM. And it has a fitting that goes on the side of the engine. It has like 5 different outs on it. To the heater core, to the front of the engine, to the overflow tank. The one that wraps around to the water pump. It goes everywhere. It's like, that is ridiculous. None of them 5 leaked except the one at the top that goes down to that. And it was, I did a video on it. It was my overflow tank. And I got that fixed, but I'm just wondering if it's leaking somewhere else, because it's still going down a little bit. I bled the system. But we also have a car that does have a leak, a known leak, and a leak that I thought I fixed with some JB Weld. They want $244 for this pipe. So we decided to buy this kit. I JB welded it, and I think it's still leaking a little bit, but now I guess we're gonna put a whole different hose on it. It's a weird 90 degrees to where if you just put a hose on it, it kinks. So I had to put fittings in there, and I don't want plastic because they'll break. But this will help me also test if I have a blown head gasket or something, because if you don't see it leaking anywhere else and you don't smell it on the inside of the car, the coolant, if you guys know what coolant smells like, if you smell it on the inside of the car, most likely your heater core is leaking, which is what heats the inside of your car. If you don't see it leaking anywhere and you don't smell it on the inside, and your radiator's just fine, like you don't see it dripping in your radiator in between all the fins, most likely your head gasket could be blown. And this will help you test that. So let's see what all it comes with. These feel mighty fine compared to cheapo ones that like pivot up here. I feel like they'll still break right there, but still alright. Opening it, it's already falling apart. That's alright, I don't feel like using this every day. Let's put the, I guess we better look at the manual later. We got the old, we probably got a GM, Ford, and what did I say, GM, Ford, Chrysler of the old. That's probably what them 3 are. And then in the instructions it tells you what each one of these is. One's probably going to be a BMW, GM, I don't know what these are. He'll tell me in the manual. Looks like we got a tightening tool with it. Looks like that should go over that to tighten that on too. Yeah, this looks like it's all going to tighten on your overflow can, which is basically what cars have now. And with this kit, you got to make sure you're not over pumping it, over pressurizing it. These two look special. Threads are on the opposite. One of these is going to fit my GM car, and we're going to be checking a Chrysler, which takes a totally different thing. I'm actually amazed. That's some thick. That's thick. I don't know if you can hear how solid that is when I'm hitting it, but really good quality. Looks like it has an adapter that screws on the top. We have a thermometer to run this in your vents. You just put that in your vent. What's it go up to? Oh, it goes down too. It goes down to 0 degrees Celsius. Looks like it goes down to 0 degrees Celsius, but also maybe 0 Fahrenheit because it drops a little bit. Up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. But it's not digital, so it'll still work. Just not always my favorite because you're just kind of getting an estimate with that. Then we have the tool itself. Nice weight to it. This is on there good. That's on there good. Looks like there is some sealant down in there. That's on there. Hose is very pliable. Doesn't feel like it would dry out or nothing. It feels like that flexible airline you get. There is a quick connector, it looks like, to pull down on it. Looks like that's just going to push onto there. Oh, that went on nice. And it even springed itself out. Let's make sure all of them go on like that. Oh yeah. Wow, this kit's pretty good so far for just being an Amazon. I don't really get good Amazon stuff. It's starting to feel like a dollar store to me. Okay, you got all the green area. If you guys can see that. Bump it up to the green. Don't go over the green because you can blow stuff out in your coolant system that you don't want to. That release, no problem. That was like a half a pump. Let's see if it'll hold the pressure clear up to its max. See if it'll keep it there. Let's let it sit there. It's not totally maxed out, but that is not easy to pump. Let's see if it actually holds it. It's right at 35. Let's let it sit there while we go ahead and look at this. We got a manual, radiator pressure tester. Very simple. If you guys want to read that, pause it, screenshot it, zoom up to where it looks right. Basically everything I've already said, I think. Maintenance and storage. What we got in here? We have O-rings. Bunch of O-rings. Are they for these? Yep. Looks like there's a bunch of O-rings. There's an O-ring for that size. There's a double O-ring on that. That has two of them on there. Most likely these are gonna have the same O-rings as your cap. This is basically taking over your cap. So if these ever go bad, you could just take the ones off your cap, put them on here, and then put them back on your cap when you're done. Or go to the hardware store with your cap. Say, hey, I need some new ones. Do these come with them? That comes with that, plus the flat one. They're even grooved. Like, these, pretty nice quality. I'd give these an A+ on quality. Maybe not for holding that. We're gonna have to put it all back together. And one thing I don't, it isn't a must, but I don't like it as much. Oh, they did think of it. You guys can't see it, but I was like, this manual's just gonna fall out every time. They actually have a pocket right there for the manual to go in. And it was not in there. Oh, it's smaller than the manual. I could definitely get it in there. Like, it's nicer when they just hide it away. I think I'm gonna have to actually shove it in there and ruin it to get it in there. But if I have to have it, I'm sure it'll still be legible. It's good enough for me. That'll hold it down. Okay, how's our pressure holding up on this? Now the reason it's holding pressure is because we don't have one of these in it, which would make it just flow right through. And I couldn't put my finger on there to hold that back, so pressurizing it this way to see if it's holding. And it actually, I would say it lost a little bit. Not enough to even care about, but I think in 10 minutes, I think it would probably be down a bar. So, good to know, because if you see that go down a bar and it's on your car, you'd think your car's leaking. So you kind of got to know that. Yeah, it definitely lost a little bit. Quick release button right there. Release that with ease. But most likely you're going to be just pumping it up to right there and just leaving it. Which is 1 pound. Not very much. I feel like you normally pump it up more than that. 1 pound. We'll go test it. Actually, let's put it back in. Actually, thought I shut it off. Shut the recorder off. Okay, that goes in there. Put that in there. You gotta pump it a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Pretty nice. Let's see if it falls out as I'm putting it in. It could have been roughed house on its way here. Not saying you'll be that violent, but okay. Let's sit there. Open it. What's gonna fall out? So the back side of it falls out, at least on mine. Which doesn't bother me because it has a holder there. I guess they should have put the heavy stuff down there. Who knows? Oh, it fell out before I even got it down all the way. So mine is not going to hold, but maybe yours has a little bit tighter of a clip on it. Let's go try it out.